Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Pirai Academy. In the series of Turing interview question, today we are going to see about a Leetcode question number 468, validate IP address. So given a string query IP, return IPv4 if IP is a valid IPv4 address, or else if it is IPv6, just return it. If there is nothing possible, then return neither. Okay, a valid IPv4 address is an address in the form of x1.x2.x3.x4, okay, where x of I is always in the range of 0 to 255, okay, and x of I cannot contain any leading zeros. For example, this and this are valid, while these things are not valid, because see here comes a leading zero. In this example, here comes a leading zero, and here also there is a leading zero. Can you understand this? Now, while here there is a at symbol in between, okay, but there can be only a range of 225, 0 to 225. Where comes the character? And also there are only 3 segments, but we must have 4 segments. Can you understand this? Yes. Okay. A valid IPv6 address is a IP in form of x1 colon, okay, x2 up to x8. Okay. Now here the x of I length should be of length 1 to 4, okay, and leading zeros are allowed in xi, okay. That's the important thing in the IPv4, sorry, v6, okay. Now x of I is a hexadecimal string which may contain digits like lowercase English letter from A to F and uppercase English letter from A to F, okay. For example, these are the things that are valid, while these are the things that are not valid. Okay, basically in your computer networks it will be a part of it, right? IPv4 and IPv6. Now we are just getting into a programming mode of those things. Okay, it is a way smaller. Okay, fine. So let us see here. Fine. So see here I wrote a example. So these are all the examples of, this is the example of IPv4, right? And this is the example of IPv6. Fine. Now let us recap the conditions. What are all the necessary conditions we want to check for the IPv4? The segment means the single thing, the single thing, okay. This is called as a segment as of now, okay. Now cannot be 0. Yes, you accept it. Now see here, so this is the example for IPv4 and this is the example for IPv6. Fine. Now let us see the conditions. A recap for IPv4. The condition is the segment should be of length 4, which means 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 segments. Yeah, it is valid. Yes. Now, similarly, segments cannot have a leading zero, but zeros are allowed. Can you understand this? Now, the digits should be between 0 to 255. Okay. So, this should be only digits. At symbol are not allowed. Any characters is not allowed except the digits, okay. Now for IPv6, the segments, each segment's length should be in the range of 1 to 4. Each segment length means this individual length, okay. It should be 1 to 4 and leading zeros are allowed, so we don't want to check for that condition. Now values should be from 0 to 9 and A to F in the lowercase and in the uppercase. Now there should be 8 segments totally. Okay, so these are the conditions for IPv6. Now tell me whether this problem is an easy problem or is a tough problem. It is very much easy problems, right? But you have to encounter with the edge cases, because in Leetcode the test case are in open, that means in public, but in your Turing interviews those edge cases will be in private, okay. So you have to find what is that hidden case, okay. So basically for these kinds of question, the edge case will be the big headache, except that everything is easy because you want to do whatever they are asked in the question. So it is moreover, if you know for and if this both things, you can do this. You don't need to understand what is meant by data structure or anything. These questions are basic level question, okay. Fine. So see here, first of all, we want to check for the IPv4. Okay, what is mean by valid IPv4? How we can check it? Fine, just see here. I want to separate by using the dot, right? I want to separate using the dot. If I separate using the dot, it will be something like 192, 168, 1, 1 like this. Now I want to iterate over them. And check whether each and every character is in the range of 0 to 9. Can you understand this? Yes. And each and every segment is of 0 to 255, and there is no leading 0, which means if there is 0, 1, 2 like a character, okay, this is the character they have given, okay, then I have to check whether the length of this segment is greater than 1. Yes, it is greater than 1, and the first index, sorry, the 0th index is 0. Yes, then I can tell you that it is a leading 0. Then there itself I will be returning that, hey, it is not a valid IPv4 address. Can you understand this? So this is going to be your IPv4 address code. Okay, now we can go to the IPv6. Here you want to separate by using colon. So the next thing is, here I forgot to add, in the IPv4 we want to check for the length of this separated array. If the length is not equal to 4, then there also you want to return what? True. Can you understand this? Now come here. Here I want to separate by colon. Then I having a array of length 8. Okay, if it is not length 8, then there also you want to return what? False directly. No worries. Okay, and you want to iterate over each and every segments. Okay, and check whether each and every characters are in this range. If any one of the character is not in this range, then we want to return false. Then we want, as I already told you, we want to check for the 8 segments. We have checked here. So basically, then we want to check whether each segment length is in between of this range. If it is so, we will be returning. If it is not, we will be returning false. Else we will be returning true at the end. Okay. If neither this IPv6 or IPv4 is false, then we will be returning what? We will be returning neither. Can you understand this? Yes. So this is the overall logic behind this code, and this problem is basically a very basic level problem, but you have to be careful when you are going with the edge case. Now tell me, what is the time and space complexity? The time complexity will be going to be O of n, because I am going to iterate over each and every characters, and space complexity can be maximum of O of n, because we will be storing them separately in the auxiliary space. See here I separated them using a colon and store here, right? So this is the reason for this space complexity, and for these kinds of questions the time and space complexity is not necessary. Okay, fine. So let us see the code so that it will be more clear, and also prefer Python code for Turing interviews. In your Turing interviews, you can limitedly use some inbuilt functions from Python like split, join, and then for dictionary it is get and put. You can use, and counter library from collections library. Sorry, counter data structure from collections library you can use. Okay, but you cannot use like iter tools. Okay, like it is more depth. It will be just cancelling out the questions like recursion. You cannot use the decorator called LRU catchy, because it will be taking out the concept called catchy using catchy for the DP series. Okay, so basically you can use small inbuilt functions, but you cannot use a large inbuilt function. Right? Now see here, this is the function to check whether the valid IPv4 address is given or not. So it will be taking one segment. One segment means like 192, then dot, right, up to this 192. It will be taking that 192 alone. Okay, now I want to check whether the length of it is 0. This is the important thing, because sometime the length can be of 0, which means dot and dot, then in between them there is nothing. So there may be a length of 0 during the length of 0, or else the length is greater than 1 but the starting is 0, which means it is a leading 0. I will be returning false. Can you understand this? See here, Then if the segment range is not from 0 to 255, then I want to return false. You may ask why you are putting here. You can just take this and write here itself. Yes, I may write, but there is a false condition. Why? If the given example or given test case contains any characters other than the digit, then here it throws the errors in this part. It cannot convert into an integer because the base is not in the tens format, which means it is not a decimal format, so it cannot convert it. So that's the error it will be leading to. That's why we will be just making this line to appear here after checking whether all the characters are in the range of 0 to 9. If it is not in the range of 0 to 9, then that is why I will be returning false. Okay, after everything I will be returning true. Now let us go for the validation of IPv6 address for one segment. Okay, now here I want to check whether that is not equal to 1, the length is not equal to 1, and that segment is not equal to 0. So let us see the validation of IPv6. So here also I will be sending a specific segment. Okay, now if that segment is not in the range of 1 to 4, then what should I do? I should be just returning false. Okay, now I'll be going with the each and every character, and I'll be checking whether that each and every character is not in the range of 0 to 9 or lowercase a to f or uppercase a to f. If it is not a case, I'll be returning false. If this both conditions, this all condition is true, then only I'll be returning true. Okay, now comes to the main function. Okay, now here if dot is in the IP address, the given IP address, then I can tell you that it may be IPv4. Okay, it cannot be the IPv6. Can you understand this? Okay, now I'll be separating the segments by using the split function. Now if the length of the segment is not equal to 4, that's why I'll be returning neither. Okay, and then I'll be traversing over each and every segment, and I'll be checking whether any of those segment is not a valid IPv4, then I'll be returning neither. If all this permits, then I'll be returning IPv4. Now here comes, if the colon is present in the IP, then it is maybe a IPv6 or maybe it is neither, right? So I'll be taking a split function to split using the colon. Now I'll be checking whether the length of those segments is not equal to 8, then I'll be returning neither. Or else I'll be going with the each and every segments and checking whether each and every segments are valid. If it is valid, I'll be just moving on. If it is not valid, I'll be returning neither. At last, I'll be returning IPv6. Okay, if there is nothing like a dot or nothing like a colon, then there itself I can tell you that it is neither a IPv4 neither a IPv6. So this is going to be your overall code. Let me submit it. Yes, it is submitted successfully. To know about these kinds of algorithms, just go and watch in my YouTube channel. If you really like this video and subscribe to my channel. Don't skip any videos in this playlist, because all videos will be helpful once you are appearing for the interviews. And this question is very easy question. Just try it by yourself. Thank you.